brothers, no filter. Let the truth hit hard. Real talk, no cuts. Yeah, we came with scars. Life, manhood, mindset, put it all on wax. No fake in the room, only real, that's facts. Three brothers, no filter. Yeah, we stand on that. No.
What's up, baby? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you live, and we're here on another episode of Three Brothers No Filter.
Let's go.
Let's get it, baby. And you know, it's not just me. We also got...
Yeah, it's your boy Selah. Young in age, old in soul. To be a wealthy family man is the ultimate goal. Let's get it.
And I'm Noble Content, one of God's favorite. And you ain't got to find me because I'm working so hard. I'ma find you.
I just love it.
God. And today on Three Brothers No Filter, we got a topic. Do black men in America still live under racist stigma in the workforce? What if I told you one of the hardest things for a black man to prove is not his skill set, it's his humanity? What if you had to wake up every day and interview for the same job twice? Once for the job that you're trying to get, and once to convince the people that you're worthy of the job because they already got something created about you with the stigmas. He lazy. He probably ain't gonna do the job. And I know this make a lot of people feel uncomfortable. Good. Because that's why we talking about it. Because on Three Brothers and No Filter, we don't dodge no conversations. That's why we about to get it going. Selah the mediator. You ready?
Hey, let's get it.
Let's go.
All right, so we kicking off the show today, a little different, people. So today is debate night on Three Brothers and No Filter. So with this topic, obviously we got people who agree and people who disagree. So fight on the left is Noble. Noble actually agrees with the topic, and he understands that black men do go through some things and have some racial stigmas going on at the workplace. Then the fighter on my right, Jeff, Life Coach Jeff, he believes that, yeah, that used to be a thing, but not really in today's society, not really much right now. So I'm gonna be the mediator, and so on debate night, it's gonna be some rules, gentlemen. Okay. First of all, I want a nice, clean fight. No going below the belt. You see what I'm saying?
Why you looking at me when you say that? Why you looking at me?
No, go. Hey man, you been a fire starter for the last 3 episodes, man. They've been wanting a piece of Noble. They've been wanting to smoke with you, man.
They've been messing with me, man.
So yeah, no shots below the belt. Nice clean fight. What we're gonna do is we're not gonna interrupt people. We're not gonna interrupt. So even though it's gonna get heated, we gotta let the other person speak. And then after this, we're gonna come to a conclusion, and then we want the audience to vote. Do you agree with Noble or do you agree with Life Coach Jeff?
I'll question.
I don't want to see anybody that's in the middle. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna start off with Jeff. Jeff,
hold on.
What?
The only reason why I don't want to start off with me is because this man already put his notion out there.
Okay.
He already put it out there.
Hey,
I believe he needs to elaborate for the people.
Listen, man, I feel like you ever seen 8 Mile?
Yeah.
With Mekhi Phifer with the jury. I feel like Future when he said, "Hey man, no, let him go first."
Yeah, let him go first.
So hey, go ahead, man.
Hear this.
Go ahead. You got round one. Top of round one.
We already know it in the workforce. Man, we have to work twice as hard just to prove. First of all, we got to work twice as hard just to prove that we even belong there. They judging us as soon as we walk in the door. From our hairstyles to our clothes to our names to our communities to where we got our education from. You're fighting stigmas and reputations from the beginning. So yes, racism do exist. Even if they don't think they racist. It can be biased racist as well. You was programmed for it. So, as a black man, I done been in a lot of places where I overqualified for a position that they gave to somebody that didn't even qualify naturally. So yes, it exists, especially in corporate America. So with that being said, that's my first swing. I ain't giving them everything. It's too early. Okay. He ain't getting everything.
I'm going to tell you this. We always love to say that it exists. But my whole thing is, do we know how to maneuver in the space? Because the thing is, I've been on many of interviews. And we all know. And I'm going to say it because it's Three Brothers No Filter, and it's time for me to say this. In the trades, there is a lot of racism in the trades. I am a black electrician. And I try to get other black males to do this thing, knowing what goes on in this field. because it's some great rewarding experiences that you can get out of this. But sometimes people don't want to deal with the racial part of it. Every interview that I've been on, I knew I was qualified for the job. If I didn't get the job, I either turned it down. I didn't care if they wanted to go to somebody else, because my mentality is that it's always work out there. See, a lot of times what we tend to do as people, I'm letting y'all know what we do as people is we tend to focus on the racial part. But I want to kick the door down, as my guy says. Every interview I go on, I kick the door down. It don't matter what color I'm going to be. By the time I get done, I'm going to show you that I understand the circuitry. I'm going to tell you that I understand the physics behind it. I'm going to let you know that I know exactly how to do the job. So in my eyes, even though it may exist in the workforce, I don't care nothing about that, because I know it's a job for me. And if that job ain't for me, maybe I wasn't supposed to be on that job with them people.
Okay, so I think y'all both made compelling arguments in round one. So audience, what do you let us know in the comments what y'all think? But before we get into round two, I gotta give a little ad read. So you gotta speak things into existence. One day, Three Brothers and No Filter will be sponsored by Jarritos. Jarritos is your favorite Mexican soda from Mexico. They got 13 different fruiticious and delicious flavors, and I love them all. So today's flavor of the day is Mandarin. So the next time that you at your favorite Mexican joint, make sure you grab a Jarrito, because Jarrito is an official drink of tacos.
I wanted to drink that so bad, but I knew you was going to drink it.
It's mine.
It's yours.
I'm sorry, man.
It's yours. I looked at it and I said, oh, that's so good.
Hey, next time I'm gonna buy 3. How about that? We all have one. We can toast it, all kind of stuff like that. But yeah, that one's mine. I'm being stingy. All right, so we got top of round 2 gonna be on Noble. Noble, what's your rebuttal?
Some black man walk into the room, into the workplace, carrying all type of stereotypes from the beginning. Like I stated before, when we get aggressive, they call it. When we being direct, they call us aggressive. When we showing our strength, they call us intimidating. When we speak up, we jealous. It's like we go through so many different. And you're absolutely right. Climbing the corporate ladder is possible after we prove that we even worse holding the ladder. Some of us don't even get a chance to get close to the ladder. They let, you know what I mean? You one of them talented 10 guys, Jeff. What I mean is you look the part. They got some, you don't got the dreads hanging down to your back. You ain't been, I ain't gonna talk about your life because I don't know what you've been through, but there's some guys that been through a lot of things and it shows. They can't hide their scars. They can't hide their wounds. And they look very scary to this corporate world. They can be 10 times qualified more than anybody, but the look. Man, I once had a job, and I take this back to when we was working, I'm just gonna say Popeyes. And I was a straight dude. So I had tattoos, I had all type of stuff, but I was a really good guy. I can do the job better than half of the females that was on front. But you know what they told me?
Go to the back.
You can't do, they told me go to the back. You know, man, I don't want you to scare the customers. I don't want you to scare the money. Now I end up working my way up there anyway and becoming the manager of this place. And guess what? When I got to the front, man, I end up being one of the greatest cashier drive-through people they ever had there. But it took me to go through, I had to go through 9, 10 different walls to prove them that I was ready. And when I got there, I didn't have the learning curve that most people had once they was the cashier. Because, they got a chance to make mistakes. They was watching for me to make the mistake so they can have a reason to sit me back down. I told you, bro, this ain't for everybody. They didn't have that. But I had to walk up with this energy to prove myself. I didn't even have the job at that point. I was there for another interview within the interview that I already got in a job that I already had. That's what I mean by multiple interviews. Yeah. We study trying to prove to people that we worthy of the job. That's why I never liked jobs. That's why I started hustling. And that's why I like full commission. I like creating. I don't like going to I don't like going to jobs. For the questioning off back, why do you want this job? What type of question is that? You know why I want this job. I need some money. I'm broke. That's why I want this job.
Pretty much.
What, if we hired you today, what would you do? The job?
But remember, though, that's a universal question they ask everybody, though.
I don't care. It just it's not a question. It's racism controlled. It's another way of saying, have you ever not got a job and they couldn't tell you why? Have you ever not got the promotion and they didn't have no excuses why? the questioner was racial. It was a way to hold you back. That's why the question was created. If you hiring for a job and I qualify for the job, I should hire the job. Why are we looking at 100 different applicants for one job? How do you choose one?
Hey, whatever system they got, that's what they do. Like, for instance.
It's a racist system.
For instance, the job that I just went on to go ahead, this is a relatively new job for this maintenance electrician position. Had a questionnaire. White guy interviewed me, as a matter of fact. I have to throw that in there because it ain't nothing but white people that's in them front offices, and they had these jobs. Now, we got some maintenance plans and everything. My boss now is black, but he wasn't before. So it was a very simple interview process. These fools told me, hey, if you know how to bend pipe, you can probably get in. I didn't think it was like that. But he went through this questionnaire. He asked me stuff. I was sitting up there asking the questions all nice. The last question, hey, Mr. Rutherford, do you know how to bend pipe? He just flipping through. I'm like, I haven't done that in quite some time. Don't spit it out.
Don't you do it.
Don't you do it. He about to go there. I knew he was going to go there. I knew it.
I'm sorry.
I knew it, man. I knew it.
Bro.
What I mean by bend pipe, people, it says electrical pipe called conduit.
That don't
Hey,
sound
let me
no,
use-
Conduit?
Oh, Lord.
You got the bend
Conduit.
pipe with the condom.
Let me move.
Okay,
Let me
go
move
ahead.
this out the way before this fall.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, usually I be telling Noble that he don't, you know, his
We don't-
pause wasn't justified. That pause was justified when you got to explain. What I mean by being pipe is, you know, like
We
that's.
had
I didn't say I was
We had-
laying pipe.
We had to get a
No,
condom.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Then we had to get a condom.
Hey, you know what? But hey, I gotta have a whistle because we cutting into his talking time. I apologize, man. Don't get disqualified. I gotta be a hypocrite. Go ahead, go talk your talk.
So he sat up here and he asked me if I knew how to bend conduit. Going to be politically correct here for the show. He asked me if I knew how to bend conduit. I told him I haven't done it in quite some time. Okay. Literally, hours after the interview, got the job.
Yeah.
So I understand that it doesn't work like that for everyone. But I do still primarily work at a job where, yes, there are some white people there, and it definitely is some racism and some, don't cancel me, out in some managerial positions, you know. But I sometimes I'm going to tell you how I control these situations. Even though I know it exists, this is how it happens. And we got a comment earlier where it said, when I asked, do you know how to maneuver in these situations? And he said, well, I know how to maneuver, but it gets tiring at times. You know what I mean? Because you got to continue to play the part and play the game.
Is that what the comment said?
Yeah, that's what the comment
Darn
said.
it. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I wanted to get the comments.
Okay, I'm
after
sorry
but you
about
good.
that.
No,
Because I wanted to address that. So
cook your food.
even with maneuvering with that sometimes, the way I maneuver is through truth. You hired me for the job. Now, I told this one particular boss one time, he loves to come over and talk and dictate. I said, we can do this one of two ways, big dog. You can either do the job for me, so I can walk away and let you do your thing, or you can let me fix this. And I can fix it in less than 5-10 minutes, and then we can go on throughout the day in the milk run. He looks me up and down, sees that I have an attitude, because the attitude was meant to be there because I knew why it was there. So that's what I mean by having a maneuver. A lot of times in certain positions and situations where they say, don't scare the customers, all that other stuff like that. But the thing is, I'm not going to sit up here and have somebody bully me and tell me just because of who I am, that's what I'm going to do. Like you like to show people. If somebody sits up here and tell you can't do it, you show them, don't you?
Yep, for sure.
And that's what I do on my jobs. If you gonna sit up here and feed me that BS, I know who I am as a person. You're not about to sit up here and put me in a box and play me, because I done wild the hell out of some people sometimes. Because you chose to have a stigma. But then when you got in and you saw me kick ass in the work that I was doing, now you're like, oh, Jeff, I didn't know you could do that. Newsflash, none of y'all knew how to do this. But I knew.
So before we get to this, let's look at some of our comments. First of all, if you guys are commenting for Three Brothers No Filter Show, man, shout out to y'all. We appreciate all the comments. Jeff, let us know what we got. And if we don't have anything, I want to address the comment that the man made about maneuver.
Okay. Well, the first one he said was maneuvering was exhausting. This is Ron Reed. Shout out to Ron Reed in the building.
Shout out.
He said, we absolutely know how to maneuver. It's just exhausting. And he also said another comment and said, that's why I get tired of Anglos the white people.
Yeah,
So y'all know,
yeah,
the
I
white
got
people.
you.
Okay. Of Anglos telling us we were victims just because we tell our story. I'm gonna bust one of them in the mouth. And when they try to tell someone about how I punched him in the mouth, I'm gonna tell him stop being a victim. How y'all feel about that one?
He got to be black or not white. I tell you that.
What type of racism are you on?
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we said that? I said that plenty of times, man. Shoot.
Yeah.
But anyway, so before we go to those rounds, man, I want you guys to I'm gonna start off with you to address that, to support your argument, and I'm gonna need you to address that because that goes against your argument.
Yeah.
So go ahead, man.
I got a thing called code switching, which is what Jeff is probably amazing at because he's been in the field so wow. He's been in the field so wow. But like our comment said, how much energy do it takes to survive when you constantly have to call audibles on yourself? What I mean by that is changing your tone of voice, changing your vocabulary, speaking to make sure everybody's comfortable in the room before you can truly be yourself. The emotional labor that nobody really talk about at jobs is when you have to whiten up, not lighten up. When you have to whiten up, when you have to,
Talk your talk. Hello, how are you?
serious.
Good morning. Hey,
and
Tom.
then you got to laugh at jokes that's not really funny because everybody in the room laughing. It gets so uncomfortable trying to be in those rooms. And like our viewer said,
Ron
said, shout out to Ron. I can maneuver in these rooms, but to a certain extent, you get tired of having to. What is my resume for? My resume is supposed to be so I wouldn't have to maneuver. My resume is supposed to be so you can look at this paper. Okay, he can do it. Boom, come on, do your job. But like you said, you was the only one in the room that can do the job, and still they looked at you like, huh? Him? Could nobody else do the job? And it probably was on your paperwork that you can do the job. But because you was black, the paperwork don't matter. He might be lying. Matter of fact, we need to know what school. Call his teacher. We need to know where he graduated from. We need to know who his mom and dad is. Check his record. Run it. They need to know everything about us. And even with renting us a house, we got to make 3 times the income. We got to have the Well, I got to make three times the income to. That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying, man, is shout out to our guys. Shout out to everybody comment. And we're not saying this is every single job. This is not about racist bosses. This is not saying everybody go through this in the workplace. This is not saying 100% of black people going through this. But I am one of them people that have went through this multiple times and multiple eras. And I'm here to tell you, I quit corporate America because of that. I got tired of asking the weird questions. Oh, your hair is nice. Can I touch it? Because I had hair at the time. Tattoos. Oh, I didn't know you had that tattoo there, buddy. Then go back. Ain't no raises, man. Ain't no raise. Why I didn't get the promotion? They don't even know how to explain to me why I didn't get the promotion. Oh, buddy. She had a great interview. I think my interview was rock silent. Well, maybe next time. No other examples. So, man, it just sucks that we have to go through this. Racism still exists. It's not going anywhere because we got too many guys conforming for that paycheck. And as long as we got one brother that'll take another brother out for that paycheck, they going to keep underscoring the thing because there's a guy right now that's dying to be in your shoes. So he'll put up with everything you want. So why would they? No, we good. Because the guy making that $300,000 don't even qualify. We overqualified. We still ain't making it yet.
And Sir Relaford, and to that you say what?
I've heard the overqualified and double qualified argument for quite some time now. And the only reason why I say that, and I want to say this because I feel that this is a good answer for where I'm trying to go. Maybe I'm just not in the right field to where I have to be that way. And I want to say that because every field is different.
That's true.
We talk about corporate America. I'm in a trade. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Y'all cuss a lot.
Yeah, we're going to cuss a lot. I just don't cuss a lot because, I got to represent the show. I got a brand image to uphold. Of course, Jeff can't be cussing like that.
Just because they invite you in the room don't mean you invited to speak.
And the thing is this, though. I've been invited to many rooms.
Not you personally, Jeff.
But I'm saying, I'm just saying it for the sake of the show. I've been invited to many rooms as well, and I knew when it kind of wasn't my time to go ahead and say something. And I knew it was something racial in that. But the thing is, I'm going to tell you what I do when I'm in situations to make the other side, the Anglo, as Ryan said, feel comfortable.
I love that
What I
word.
do is, the Anglo?
Yeah, I
We're going to say Anglo. We're going to call it the Anglos.
I'm gonna call them white people.
White people. So what? Well, I love this show. I love it. And so this is what I do. What I tend to do is, like I told you, I dealt with a guy who sat up there who was looking at me up and down. And I told him, you can do one or two things. You can either do the job, but let me go ahead and get it done. Same interaction with him, was going through some stuff. And I said, he made a joke that wasn't funny and it was awkward. He thought it was going to be funny to me because some Anglos or white people think that all their jokes are funny. Nah, white humor is really white humor for real. So the thing is, sometimes what I try to do is, and I don't believe in code switching because one of the area that I grew up in, because it was a diverse area, diverse culture. That's why I don't believe in code switching. I'll tell, and that's no shade too, and that's no shade.
I got to moderate.
And what I'm trying to do is, I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that just because you grew up in an all black neighborhood, because it's gonna be some people who gonna be trolling the hell out them comments. Go ahead, brother. I'll let you say. I didn't even get halfway. Go ahead.
Okay.
Because you think you know where I'm trying to go. I'm gonna let you come on.
I just didn't want to forget.
Well, let me let you
said
say.
you was born and you with a mixed neighborhood. I just want to say that's why you know how to code switch, because it was normal.
And there you go. And that's why I don't believe in code switching. It was because of my environment that I was in. I was around black people, white people, Indian people, Hispanic people, all types of cultures at Maryville. It wasn't just one. Now, when my mom was growing up, she was around the Anglos. That's all she was around. So her level of racism that she experienced was totally different from mine, right? So that's how my experience has shaped how I move. So when somebody asks me, does racism still exist? Oh, hell yeah, racism still exists. We're not going to sweep that under the rug. But when we talk about the workforce, I believe that black people can maneuver in such a way to where you don't have to code switch, but you know how to play the game. I don't want you to mistake code switching and playing the game as that, because I feel that playing the game is when society sets a standard, that's playing the game. When society sets a standard and you know what the standard is, you play in the game. I believe code switches is when you get around other people and then I have to change my vernacular because, like, even when we using words like vernacular, some people would think that that's too much because I'm a black man and I need to be keeping it real, right? Go ahead.
It's not that you need to be keeping it real. That don't make it less code switching because of your background. It's just you had a different background. It's still code switching. It just don't really apply to you because of your background. And you have those, you was trained with those, you know what I mean? Those
Well, then
people.
why would we call it code switching then if it don't apply to me because of my background?
We black.
That's what but see,
we black.
But see, that's the point I'm trying to make right there.
We got it there.
What it is, it's a cultural thing. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's more of a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, you strip away black, white, everything out of it. I'm not one of those black guys that say I don't see no color because I know I'm black as hell.
Yeah.
So that ain't what I mean, because they will rip me up in the comments. I know they will.
Talk your talk.
So that's
Right.
not what I mean.
For
but
sure.
that's what I mean. This is a cultural thing. So when certain cultures come up with certain words, certain idioms, certain things that they put out there, and they want you to catch on to that, that's what's going to be adopted by the culture. You take out code switching, what do we call it?
We gonna call it something else. Because when you go in these rooms, it's first of all, why do they even have your race on the application process?
Now I've always felt that was I've gotten more interviews just because. Now I'm gonna say this too, because I sit up here, I don't put the race on there, and then okay, y'all.
You gotta answer the question.
No, wait.
I know why it's on there.
I just want to
But
say
I'm gonna
this.
tell you what navigates you through this. Go
If you
ahead.
do not put the race on the actual application, they gonna automatically know you black. I just want to say that.
Hold on.
I just want to say that.
Hold on.
If you
Hold
didn't
on.
put anything
I'm gonna
on
ask
there,
you something.
they
I'm
gonna
gonna
know
ask
you
you
black.
something. What's my name?
Jeff Relaford.
What's my Jeffrey Relaford? Ask me how that name sounds.
It sound,
Okay.
You sound great. You sound good on paper.
So I just want to throw this out there because this is
Go
actually
ahead.
something that we're going to use to segue to round 3. But so when we had this conversation, some people, they'll say it's hard for black people to get jobs based on how they feel.
Okay.
Some people might say that based on their experience, but I like numbers, so I just wanted to. I pulled something up when we prepped for the show. So 2024. So this is recent. 2024 research shows they UNC/PCP, whatever the heck this company is, did a hiring study. Research analysis showed that black men received 33.5% fewer callbacks than white men with identical qualifications based on the name. Meaning that if a black man had a black ass name, then he was a part of that 33.5% that didn't get the call back.
And this is why I say it's a cultural thing.
So Jeffrey Relaford with a name like that, and even if if you don't put a race, or even if you do put a race, Jeffrey Relaford sounds less black.
That's
it sounds,
Hey, that's why I always say the interview happened way before the interview. Because once again, that's another stigma. And the interview was set up to filter. Not just filter who qualifies and who don't.
Yeah,
we gotta make sure
filter by
too
color.
many of these niggas in here. Excuse my phrase.
It's all right.
Too many of these blackies in the building. And they filter it out.
We sorry, radio people. I started that.
We already there.
I don't think that's we can't even say the word. That's not foul language, is it?
Well, it's foul language radio.
On
talk.
radio.
Because of what? I just wanted to say that.
You want me to say because of the system.
Because of the assessment, because of the stigma. You can't say that word out loud. It's uncomfortable. It get people to cringing because the application set up against us, the system set up against us. Now, there is a thing called accountability.
Okay.
Let's get to that.
Can we? I want to say that to after. I want to say that to after.
I like that.
Please, let's say that.
You
to
know
after.
that's my favorite word. We cussing when you say that word. That's my favorite word.
Okay, then let it fly. Let it fly.
Go ahead. What you
There
gonna talk
is
about
a
with
thing called
accountability?
accountability.
Because I believe that's one thing that supports his argument
It will.
really strong.
It is.
Really, really strong.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
supporting my brother on this. Like I told you when this started, we might be discussing something, but that don't make. This is not saying what Jeff is saying is not true. Both are true. Two things can be correct at the exact same time. But when I'm talking about accountability, I'm talking about it's not always about racism. Some of y'all don't qualify for the job. Some of y'all don't have the proper trade. Some of y'all don't have the proper degree. Some of y'all can't speak bilingual when you signed up for a bilingual job. Some of y'all is late. Some of y'all ain't on time. Some of y'all got bad attitudes. Some of y'all ain't dressed right. Some of y'all are the problem. So this is not just about race sometimes. Some of y'all need to step up, look what the job is asking you for, complete the qualifications, and then go and see if you qualify for the job. So I'm not saying all of us are going through this, but there's a lot of us that go to these jobs. We got the credentials, we got the application filled out, we got the background, we went to college, we got the degrees, and guess what? We still can get an example to why we didn't get the job. And we didn't call back, we didn't checked up on them, we didn't went knock on the door, we didn't dropped off lunch just to show them that we are interested. Hey, anybody want some lunch? Just in case you think about hiring me, this is what you get every day. We convincing people that we are worthy of the jobs. And the truth is, it's sad because there's no side to pick. You even play the game well, and even if you play the game well, you still lose at the end of the game because at the end of all of this, you're still black. And I don't care how far you go up that ladder, there's a cap for all black people.
And you want to know one of the sayings that I love to say? Some of my people who know me, I say this a lot. I always say I'm a Wayne Brady this to the top. I always say that. I'm for real. I always say that. And I only say that because, like, again, we talk about the upbringing, the culture and everything, because I've seen it done so much. I know I talk to everybody.
Wayne Brady couldn't make a mistake.
Couldn't make a mistake.
If he make one, and that goes back to the argument.
Yeah.
You can do, I know some people that can do everything wrong. Some Anglos, that's what we calling them?
Some Anglos.
Some Anglos that can do everything wrong and get the job. I know some black people that can do everything right and not get it. Wayne Brady is a great example because if he would have dropped the ball at any given time, he was out of there. Dave Chappelle is the perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want to conform. They took everything from him. They stopped everything because guess what? At the end of the day, you still black. And if you black and you watching this, you got to create something. You got to build something. And I know that's hard to do because they got control over that too. But I'd rather you build it. And if we start building more for each other, spending our money with each other and study them, because we are our biggest weapon against us. We are the most racist people against black people, and black people more racist to black people than any race. We treat us like trash. We get some money and leave our kind. We get some information and try to sell it back, and when they don't buy it, we leave our kind again. We are our biggest problem because they doing it, but so are us. It's always white police shooting black men. Why black men shooting black men? We need to stop killing each other. We need to start working with each other. We need to get in these communities and do better. So what Jeff's saying is true. What I'm saying is true. But we got to do better because the system is the system. We can't keep using that as an excuse.
And that's a part of it while we talk about with the accountability part. I chose not to make the system be a part of why I always think.
Man, you was born white. You have white. You ain't even full black. You have white. You born with a name Jeffrey Rutherford.
I'm gonna tell you
Your
something.
mama put you in a great universal name. You probably went to a university. Both
tell
your
you
name, real name Clarence. And Clarence got real good parents. And come on, you graduated. You probably got undergraduates in your family. Some black families only got one graduate.
But I'm gonna tell you this. But I'm gonna tell you this though. My mom was the first generation to graduate. You know.
Yeah.
And she was trying to get a second, but that wasn't gonna be me. I took a trade.
Hey, my mama
So,
was
you know.
a dope dealer.
And okay, and see. Let me tell you something about that, man. Tell you something. It's how I navigate it. I said, okay, let me tell you how to. I wasn't choked up because of that. It was because see, I was gonna go somewhere.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Lord Jesus.
I
okay.
don't know if I'm gonna keep wanting to sit next to Noble.
Well,
because one time that's gonna fly out.
I know.
It's gonna go. I'm gonna be right here.
Because I'm gonna say this when we start talking about the name and everything like that. My mom said that on purpose. She said that. She said, I knew I had to give you a name that wasn't gonna sound like, because I got a cousin named Laquamatina Rochella Washington.
That's one person.
That's one person. Laquamatina Rochella
Hey,
Washington.
I know that person.
You probably do.
You know it's crazy because she gonna have her callback percentage is gonna
Don't now Laquamatina Rochella Washington. That's my cousin.
way lower
my
than
cousin.
33.5%.
I used her name
Yeah.
because that's my cousin. That's real life. I tell you, I bring
She
the real
got-
life
she-
into
What's
it.
her nickname?
She don't.
Tina.
Shout out to Tina in the building.
You know it's crazy. Tina, she don't get the call. She the one who got to call them. Hey, I just wanted to see if y'all got my application.
And that is why she
You know?
puts Tina Washington on the application.
Yeah, that's
what
smart.
is that call?
You know what? I'm not
She's
doing that.
code switching.
Okay, listen. I always associate code switching with not just the name. I
switching your
associate with the
morals and-
attitude, the
yeah.
morals.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is the morals. Because the thing is, I look at a person that code switches, that means they're willing to actually change who they are in order to get ahead.
Right.
See, it's a lot of us, we got to remember, it's a lot of us black people that's not really code switching. That's why I say playing the game. Because a lot of people aren't willing to switch their moralistic value, their whole perception of life, everything, just to get ahead. Just to get in. Now, I don't know anybody well, I might know one. I ain't going to say his name.
From
Yeah,
our
sure.
neck of the wood. From our neck of the woods.
Yeah,
you
go
know
ahead.
what code
Break it.
switching is?
Okay, talk to me. Break it down
Poppin'
to me.
fool? You good? What's popping, fool? Ah! Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing today, sir? Hey, yeah. You know, you done walked in, your voice didn't change. You done tucked your shirt in, all up, but even though that's what the job wanted. That
But
wasn't
have you ever seen, but see, the question is though, I have seen white people do that very same thing.
White people can do anything.
But
They white.
well,
They can. I have watched a white man shoot a fair one with a cop. Do you know what a fair one is?
what's fair one?
You ain't from the
It's a
neck of
fight.
the woods.
It's a fight.
That's a fight.
I'm not.
We good
I'm
now.
not.
We gonna school you. A fair one is the one-on-one. When someone say that shoot a fair one, that mean me and you one-on-one, I'm about to kick your tail. I have watched a white man fight one-on-one with a cop. I didn't saw the black man die because he ain't passed his license over too fast. I didn't saw him die because of shooting a fair one. You killed me because I didn't give you my license fast enough. You shot a one-on-one. They fought, and he didn't die.
Yeah.
I done saw a white man take his gun off his hip, put it down, and fight with a cop. I done saw a black man try to grab his phone and die. Shot. Boom, 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 he gone. I'm so terrified when I get pulled over, Jeff, because they always come asking weird questions. They never ask me for my license and registration.
That's true.
They look at my background, they see that I got street in it, and the first they start asking me for my gang affiliations. They start asking me, you know what they asked me last time I got pulled over? Hey, can you give us the your license to your guns and everything you got in the car? And if you get guns, I who told you I had a gun? You got a gun. I say, I don't have a gun. He said, you got something to leave you in the car. I said, I don't know what to say next because clearly this conversation ain't going in the origin it's supposed to go in. And I don't want to act too intelligent and act like I know my rights because I know that'll get me dead. You can't even be a smart black man out here. Sometimes you just got to play the fool because I can't call my lawyer fast enough. Sometimes you got to play the fool that's trying to fool you.
Come on.
And I'm gonna say this for the sake of
That was a good plug, bro. That was hot. That was hot.
for y'all just tuning in. We talk about code switching at the job, but I do like the way that this is going because it does paint an overall picture. You know, all of this kind of runs into each other. You know what I mean? We talk about background, society, different things of that nature. You know what I mean? They all play a part in how you just see the world, how you view the world, how different things kind of come your way. You know what I mean? And that's what I think I've always felt, and I've always said this about us sometimes. See, when I said I wanted to go to school, I didn't want to go to an all-black college. Now, that was my choice because I said, I'm down with my people and what we do. But I said, for me, I have to see how this other side operates. I went to an all-white school, small university, Carroll University. Shout out to Carroll University, man. Y'all some decent people out there. Only one other black guy, and me was out there. Wildest stuff I ever experienced in my life. That was the first time that I ever been around just straight white people. That's it. And what it did was it showed me a few things. It did show me a few things.
What did it show you, Jeff?
Because when I got there, it did show me no matter how and what you try to do, remember you said earlier, you still black?
You still black.
I definitely experienced that. Definitely experienced that. So what I learned to do over the years is once I had that exposed to me, I said, okay, I don't want to play the game, but I need to find a way that I can still be me. You know what I mean? I can still be authentically me, but just be able to show that to people. You know what I mean? Be able to really show people that like, look, this is what you think I am, but this is who I really am. So I made it my mission and my goal to do that in life. Everybody don't think like that. You know what I mean? You just kind of living and you doing your thing. But with me going to that all-white school for that year, what it taught me is that, look, this is real. If I would have went to an all-black college, I would have just been with my own kind and I would have never had that experience. Life would have, I'm telling you, I don't think life would have given it to me that way because I already carry myself. But I had to go somewhere where I could be separate and I could see it firsthand, so I knew.
You know, I think I'm gonna tell you it's crazy we had this topic because I just went through this. Yeah. Because I posted a video on Facebook talking about how I needed to find a job. Right. And so I told my wife after I drop off the kids, today I'm gonna have me a job. This is why I believe that you gotta know what you are and know how people see you. And then you just the accountability, you already understand, hey, listen, man, we going into the game down by 40 points in the fourth quarter. So I gotta know how I gotta perform before I even start playing. Yeah. So I went to all these different it took me all day. I went to company after company. Hey, listen, man, I need a job. I ain't like after filling out the application, all that stuff, all of them was white people. You know, and some people judge me. They looked at me crazy. Like, man,
one thing you said, hey, man, I need a job.
Yeah, because I don't believe. Okay, for example, people would say you got to be professional. How come when everybody say you got to be professional, you automatically, hello, good morning? Is that professional or is that what?
You ain't got to do
white?
that either.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so I go and I be myself. Hey, what's up, man? What bring you in? Hey, man, I need a job. I always keep my same speech. That's how I talk. I got to be myself. Yeah. And so a lot of people told me, yeah, no, we're not going to hire you on the spot. We don't do that. All right, cool. This means I ain't supposed to be here. But I got a job that day. And I started the next day.
Exactly.
Because I was like, okay, look, man, I know who I am. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. And you got to think outside the box. You got to be outside the box. You know? And I told the dude, I said, hey, listen, man, like, I don't know what you need, but here's my resume. And I also got marketing experience. Here's my numbers from my Facebook and my Instagram. Like, I need an opportunity to market your business. He looked at that and, hey, let's talk. You see what I'm saying? So for me personally, I truly believe that it does come down to some kind of accountability, because a lot of people that complain that they can't find a job, they ain't really being that accountable.
Sometimes you ain't trying, man.
You know, sometimes you ain't trying hard enough.
We sitting here talking about two strong black men on this panel.
I get you.
There's some people that's mentally not fit like us.
Listen,
And-
I'm gonna say
and I
this.
feel you on that.
That man, the hardest thing for some of these people is some of them are one more hard time away from unaliving themselves.
Okay, but
And let me get it out, Sayla.
go ahead.
I'm about to throw a flag.
Go ahead.
I'm about to throw
I'm-
a flag. Go ahead, though.
No, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, one more time.
All right. When you say that some people aren't mentally built like us, they don't have the mental toughness, how do you get mental toughness?
But see, that's why I want to give you the question, because you're gonna make me forget what I was about to say. How you get mental toughness is by going through things. You know what I mean? You have to. It comes through experience, but it's not just. Man, some people wasn't born for it. I know that's sad to say, because we think everybody have everything. Some people mental toughness was born to come. It was to come from somebody else. Some people need protection. Some people need shielding. So everybody is not. And let me say this the right way. I don't want to say it that way. Everybody mental toughness is different depending on their upbringing. So to ask a person to have mental toughness for a job interview with all the stuff that's going on in their world, this world got so many things tearing us down. And you mean to tell me I got to go get myself prepared for an interview that I already qualified, went to college, I did the work, I got the grades, I did the extra credit, I got experience, I didn't work for 4 or 5 companies already, took those companies to the top of the top, but I had to leave them because they wouldn't give me no recognition. They wouldn't tell nobody it was my ideas. My ideas was amazing when I was talking to them in the back, but when they had the big corporate meeting and they were talking about who came up with this, they gave me the day off. The most expensive suit a man can wear is the mask he has to put on to pretend that he belongs in those rooms. I ain't saying we can't go in those rooms, but it's uncomfortable when Jeff is the only black guy in the room.
Well, I agree with you, bro. But what I look at is this: it's some things that we can change, and some things that we can't change. And whatever we can't change, we gotta adapt, right? I can't change that I'm black. So if people are saying like we can't ask some people to have mental toughness for these job interviews, if you black, unfortunately you need a job and you can't change that you black. You gotta have some mental toughness when it comes to these job interviews.
And I love you said that, because you finna make a strong point for me. And that's what's wrong with our people right now. You just said you have to have the mental toughness. And if you don't have it, you have to adapt. There's about 30 other options that we don't consider. You was taught to go to school, get a good job, get a good education so you can go get this job, right?
Exactly.
If they not going to accept you, why do you got to adjust? Why not go create?
So
Now, I'm gonna tell you this, because you know what? That's when I started thinking differently, because it wasn't when the black folks said it. I knew something was going on when the white folks said, I can't go out and get a job. And I can't now because listen, come on. I know, I understand, young man. I understand.
Say on my side.
I understand. But the thing is,
it's hard for me to be the middle. Go ahead,
have to remember though that we did go through a small transition, because I was out there looking. I was out there watching. See, you was still a teenager when I was out there getting a job. You wasn't experiencing what I was experiencing. That had to be like 10 years, 10, 15 years before time.
Yeah.
And I was out there looking for jobs. And I even saw the white kids coming out of school with me saying that it was hard for them to get a job because of the type of qualifications that were needed. So I'm talking about corporate America on down, even to me doing my electrician stuff. You want to know something? All the white boys I went to school with, for the same thing that I got, they got laughed in their face when they showed them that. Shout out to Everest College. My diploma wasn't trash. Theirs might have been, but mine wasn't. They laughed in their face about their diploma that they got from Everest. You know, I'm the only one that went to Everest out of the class that's still in the field.
You know,
So can't nobody tell me, bro, if the white people got laughed at by IBEW, if the white people got laughed at by all these companies, you can't sit up here and tell me that I can't get no job, because all of them crapped out and quit.
That wasn't my way, though.
Because they didn't think it was possible.
That wasn't the point I was making. The point I was making is, why keep going for jobs? You know why everybody had a shortage on jobs? If there's a shortage on job, you know what I think? It ain't a shortage on creating one because I can hire a lot of people because they need a job. So why do we can't switch our mind to create? That's create something.
I think because a lot of people don't have that mental toughness, like we were saying, to create. Everybody don't want to. Everybody don't want a business, bro. Everybody don't want a business.
But if you got to adapt, why not adapt for that?
Because people weren't taught to adapt to that.
All right,
But they were taught to adapt to a job.
I'm gonna be real.
That's true.
I think we place this stuff in certain categories. Really, what it comes down to, whether you're trying to start work a job, start a business, do whatever you want to do, I think no matter what, that same person that say I can't find a job, that person ain't gonna create no business because it's the accountability thing. They can't, because like you said, how you do one thing is how you do all things. Like if you look at it, like everything is hard.
Yeah,
man, it's hard for the ant. The ant got complaints. He got things that he can't do because he an ant. He's still an ant. I gotta build on my strengths. It's hard for the bird. It's hard for the worm. It's hard for the you see what I'm saying? It's hard. It's life, bro.
It's life.
And what I think is like this. Like let's say for the people, for example, that like the same people I told you that can't get a job. And these people like I just think all this stuff is equal. Meaning that like for example, we sit up here and talk about people can't find a job, but you have people right now that are still trying to pick up basketballs and pick up footballs. That has that's a lower success rate. You see what I'm saying? Of actually being successful at that one thing.
Why you think they doing that though?
No, it's not the why. It's a mentality.
Why you think it's a mentality?
Okay, but I'm saying you got a bunch of people who trying to find jobs, right? You said they only hiring one person. You know, I went to a field with 300 people. Only one person gonna make the team.
Fact.
The odds is the same, but the mentality is, hey, bro, I'm 1-on-1. I don't care how saturated the market is. I don't care how many roster spots. I'm about to have one of them. I'm either gonna get a job or I'm about to be one of the ones that's gonna make the team. So I play sports, right?
And that's why I feel the way that I feel when it comes to this stuff.
I think that y'all both make strong points. You right. There two things can be true.
Y'all missing the whole gap though.
What's the gap?
A gap is you was talking about the league or you talking about the job. I'm talking about the whole gap of we can create something.
Okay, but what I'm saying is
it ain't got to be big either.
Those people who don't create are not. Those are people who can't find a job either. It's them. That's what I'm saying.
It's not 100%.
No, it's not 100%.
You know why people still on that field with you? Because they seen so many people life change on that field. You know why people want to be rappers?
Exactly.
Because they know so many people life change on that rap.
Because again, that's the culture.
They had to have the mentality though. To me, they had to have a mentality. Like I remember somebody was saying it's only been like 5,000 something people that's actually being in the NBA. Like as a history of the league, only 5,000 something people. We all know everybody grew up trying to get to the NBA. That has a slimmer chance. But those people, even if they don't make it to the NBA, those people still turn out to be the ones who actually need a job and go find a job the same day. It's your mentality. These people just built different.
Well, I don't think it's a mentality. I think what goes along with that mentality is also the culture too. Think about it. If a sport is dominated by those types of people that look like them, we gonna think we have a shot in that.
Well, not okay.
I'm just saying. Think about it. Think about it.
That's true.
Think about it. White people had dominated basketball. That was the white man's game.
Yep, and it's still black quarterbacks who got to prove that they can be a quarterback because that was a white position, even though the sport is dominated by black people.
When we sit up here and we look at this, the reason why these little black boys are sitting up here saying, "I want to be a rapper." They saying, I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a football player. It's because they see us dominating in those fields. So since they see us dominating in those fields, that's why they want to do it. Now, I guarantee you want to know why you don't see black people saying, I want to be a hockey player? Because we don't dominate in hockey. Go ahead, brother.
What I'm trying to say, we keep going around it. Well, I'm saying it.
Let me address your correction. Let me address. I'll address it. Go ahead.
We're saying it right here. No, it's not really a correction.
Okay.
They see the basketball players. They see the people getting jobs. They see the football players. They don't see what people do when there's no jobs available, which is let me go create something. They don't see people creating in the middle. In our neighborhoods, it's either a home run or I don't even want to be a base.
It's either all or nothing.
Nobody want to go to first base, second base. You can create a business that makes $70,000 a year.
Facts.
That's a good business. But people think every time they create a business, it needs to be out of here. No, you could create a business that make you $50,000 and $60,000 a year, but most people will call that a failed business when the job wasn't giving you that. Because
Now you make a very good point there.
I ain't gonna.
I know you ain't gonna like that, but I'm gonna have to side with my boy here because the thing is, see, the problem with people is everybody want millionaire status. Nobody wants. See. Now when we start, let me pull up my damn.
Talk to him, Jeff.
When we start talking,
on the separate side.
because when we start talking about progression of things, my mentor told me about progression. And I'm gonna keep hitting the table because the thing is, people think progression is a slow roll. Let me tell you what progression does. Progression builds your character. It builds your strategy. It builds your know-how. You get to know finally how to navigate and play the damn game. I am tired of people wanting a quick fix because the world that we live in is just boom, 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 boom. Shit come at you so fast. I don't even give a damn that we on the radio now. Now I'm just going off. It's the fact that everybody looking at a damn quick fix and they want everything to come now. But the problem with people is they don't want to take the time to progress. You think because you got instant success, instant notoriety, everything from this point out is just supposed to come to you. No, baby, you still gotta work. No, baby, you still gotta grind. No, baby, you gotta hustle. And I want to tell you, I can say that because I put in work day in, day out for radio, podcasting, everything. What you see is on the TV. What you see is when I'm sitting around the table. But what you don't see is when I'm out. What you don't see is the networking. What you don't see is all the late nights talking and calling people because I don't want to be an overnight celebrity. I want to be in your household, on your screen. This is why opportunity comes Life Coach Jeff way, because it's the work that I done done. It's what I improved. It's what I done showed people. A lot of y'all today, y'all don't want to try to progress and work to nothing because y'all like boom, 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 boom fast. But when somebody want to sit up here and tell y'all you need to work at something, nah, man, I can't quite agree with that. This is why I don't agree with your point.
Hey,
because the problem with this damn young generation is that I can sit up here and tell you 2 + 2 = 4. What you want to do is you want to try to find the shortcut to doing 2 + 2 = 4. Nah, baby, this shit is just the way that it is. Your mom had to work. Your dad had to work. Your grandparents had to work. Let's take it a step back further. Those slaves that died and fought for our freedom, they worked for what they believed in. So why the hell should you not have to work for what you believe in and you go the extra mile to where you want to go? I'm tired of all this microwave crap. I'm tired of all this stuff where people are saying, I want shit quick. You can't get it quick all the time. If you want something quick, you know what's quick? A job is quick. You can walk into a job right now. Guess what they started doing in 2 or 3 weeks? They gonna pay you, right? You gonna be able to make that job a hell of a lot quicker. You gonna make that money a hell of a lot quicker than you starting your own business. Then you going ahead and finding and honing in that skill that you think is gonna bring you $100,000 a year. You need to progress at something. If I hear it one more time that somebody want the quick fix because it's gonna come, no, that shit can be hit a day and gone tomorrow. Learn how to work on something that you can progress and that can take your life a hell of a lot further. I don't care if it take me another 5 years to get to where I go. But guess what? If it takes 5 years to make my million, I don't give a damn if it take the person sitting to the left or right of me, up, down, back, forward, if they made it quicker than me. My journey is my journey. My path is my path. If you did it, more power to you. But guess what? The faster you work at it, the harder you got to try to keep it.
Hey, that's the white side of him. Look, first of all,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I got real passionate on that.
I'm glad you got passionate, but
Get it out. Get it out. No, talk your talk.
That's why I said, you know what I mean? Everybody want that quick fix.
Yeah.
If you build it slow, you get that 70, that 60. You know what I mean? These jobs is cool and all, but you know what I mean? Jobs wasn't meant for everybody, just like success ain't meant for
And
everybody.
that's true, too.
You
That's
have
side
to
of it,
fight.
too.
Once again, it goes back to what we always say, which is if you're doing that thing that God designed you to do, success is your default. The
That's
problem is you not doing what you designed to do. That's why you're knocking on that door. Until you find your passion, you're going to work for somebody that found their purpose. So you have to be willing to do the work.
That's true.
Figure you
Yeah,
out.
gotta figure you out.
Worry. And I try to
Come
I'm
on.
teaching my son this right now. He's 19, about to be 20. And I told him, before you figure out bills, figure out you. Because once them bills and them babies start, you in trouble.
Yeah.
You in a lot of trouble because now you forced to work. I want people to do things that brings them purpose, that brings them fulfillment. I don't care if you. Sometimes people need to hear this. Your purpose will pay you less.
That's
Your
true.
purpose ain't always. Your purpose ain't always gonna make you millions.
Yeah.
What God designed for you to do
Come
ain't
on,
about
baby.
money.
Come on,
When I
baby.
say they going to the NFL, they in their
Right.
line, they watching this, they watching jobs, but a lot of people don't watch our people work through BS, work through communication, work through divorce. You know what I mean? It's a lot of areas we slacking in.
No, I agree with you, bro. And I just want to throw this out there. I agree with you full-heartedly. I just was saying
You see that shit he just did?
when he said
Hey, I
some
was getting
people
ready
can
to
have a
flip this
$60,000
table
business.
over.
Some people can have a $60,000 business. That's good business. That is not a good business. That's you just
But
own
it's
your
a good
you
business
can't
to
say
them.
that, say that.
It's a
Listen,
good
man.
business to
You can't-
them.
Yeah, but
Don't make me hit that.
Because what you're doing is you are stepping into somebody else's world, and they can everything could listen. I'm being real with you, big dog. I'm about to tell you the truth, because the thing is this: what you doing is you telling me, say lie, that you willing to look somebody in the face after they tell you they making $60,000, and that could be a good business to them. But you gonna look them in the face and tell them you don't have a good business.
You wrong. The
That's what you gonna do.
Hold on,
Yeah.
Jeff. Let me tell him something, Jeff. Let me tell
Talk
young
to
buck.
him,
Let
man.
me talk to this
Come
young
on,
buck.
talk to him,
Let
man.
me talk to this
Talk
young
to him,
whippersnapper.
bro. Talk
Let
to
me
him.
talk to this young whippersnapper. First of all, success look different for every man and every woman on this earth. That's somebody right now
Come on.
that make $50,000
And they are happy.
And they not only happy, they found their purpose. They
Come
got
on.
$50,000
Come on.
victory.
Tell
Their
'em.
life is set up around that.
Tell 'em.
They not even in it for the money.
Come
And
on.
it ain't what you make, it's what you keep. Because that's a man that make $500,000,
Come
but
on.
he spend $600,000 a year. That nigga in debt. That's somebody that make $40,000, but because how his life set up, he keep 30.
Come
'cause
on.
He set it up the right way.
Tell the
so
truth.
guess what? That nigga that make $500,000 broke. Because I know a lot of rich people that's broke.
And I know a lot of broke people that's broke.
Guess what?
Okay,
It ain't because they make
all right.
50,000.
So check this out. Check this out. This is why I said it's not a good business. This is why and don't let me slam on this table. No, look, because check this out. When you guys are going through an application, right, and you see $50K a year, a lot of people will see the annual salary, but nah, I don't want that, right? But when you go to that $50K a year job and you leave, those problems stay on that clock. You don't have that mental, you see what I'm saying, that go with you when you go home. When you a business owner and you got $60,000, that's an annual salary at another job, you get mental slavery as well. You never can clock out. So you actually working harder for that same $60,000 because you are doing calls at night. You are missing family time. You wearing multiple hats in your company. The marketer, the salesman, the proposal writer. You got to do so you actually taking on more work for less amount of pay. And on top of that, you're not even charging what you're supposed to be charging. There's a lot of people who run a business and then they'll say, you know what, I'll give you a discount and I'll come do it for that price. But then your job, you would tell them like you would not, if your boss called you and say, hey, listen, I know we usually pay you $20 an hour, but could you come in for 15? You would say, hell no. But you over here giving all your friends and buddies discounts.
I got them.
Okay, come on.
I got them, people.
Talk to me.
I got them. If you
Talk
watch
to
it,
me.
I got
Talk to
them.
me. Talk
you
to
know
me.
why?
Talk to
That $50,000 a year is a great investment and it's a great thing because guess what? In the future to come, if he do the right things, if he build the right relationship,
Come on.
if he bring in the right people, he may be charging less now, but he might charge more later.
Yes.
It ain't how you start the fight, it's how you finish it.
It's a if.
And you might miss a lot of people because you want to charge $100,000 when you came out the gate instead of taking it. And now you done lost so many people, and I done sold more, I done brought in more, and now I'm making $20 million a year all because I had a $50,000 dream.
All right.
Hey, man.
Look, I'm gonna be real. That sound cool. But ask a lot of people who had a $50,000-$60,000. Like if $50,000 was okay, then how come businesses are trying to make more money?
Diddy first beat
But you
was
want to
free.
know?
but I'm saying,
but
like,
you want to
but
know something?
yeah, what's up?
Everybody, let me say this: everybody don't make it out of that slump, bro.
I get you.
So what
So,
I'm
but
saying
if
is,
everybody
but you
don't make it
still-
out, that mean it ain't
But the
the
thing
business.
is, no, it's not that it was the business. Some of them just quit.
Hey Jeff.
Why?
Jeff, Diddy first beat was free.
I'm not saying
But what
saying
I'm
that.
saying
You got to
is-
build.
First
You
beat
got
was
to.
free.
Okay, so if you run into business right now, let me know in the comments. If you run into business right now, you know how much work, because for a lot of these startup companies, you putting in so much more work from year 1 to year 3. It's probably it's 100% all the time, right? So you making $50,000. How long could you sit there and make that $50,000 not a penny more in your business before you say I don't want to do this no more? Because there is a thing called burnout. You know why? Because I don't mind doing all these tasks for the first 3 years, but eventually I got to hire somebody.
Well, you
And so
changed our argument.
No. I'm saying
you in
said-
years now.
No,
We
but
said
I said
the
it's not a
first
good
year.
business. Because if you're in business, you should be in business for a long
Hey,
time, right?
First
Right?
of all, we not talking about a long time. We just talking about the first year.
No, you say if you 50, a person with a $50,000 business, that man is happy.
He
you gotta
could be.
Yeah, so I'm saying you got to be in business for years because
If you're gonna get a raise, you get a raise at your job,
It's the
right?
guy.
Yeah, but
the
that don't-
difference between
no,
you're
that-
gonna get $1 raise at your job, that business, you don't know what type of raise that person gonna get
Let me
in
tell
a
you
year or
something.
two.
It's a guy by the name of Slav that I
Slav.
work. He's from Slovak or Slovakia
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Slav has a business, and he is completely fine with what he does when he leaves work.
Okay, now let me ask you a
No, wait,
question.
hold on. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay.
I'm just
Okay,
trying
cool.
because I'm painting the picture because
Okay.
I know what you think. But I'm letting you know in real life and in real time who I see every day when I go to work. And I talk to him. I know we about time. It's an hour in the game. We about to
didn't
get
know.
off.
I ain't
I
know.
know, but I'm
I'm
letting y'all
asking.
know. We an hour in the game.
Okay.
So I see Slav every day. Slav told me what he does. He loves going to work and then going to his other business.
Yep.
So the thing is, I hear what you saying, big dog. But the thing is, sometimes you got to understand that it's some people that's okay out here. It's some people that don't mind going to work and having another job that just brings some extra money in their pocket because they know what to do for them.
And that's true.
So for you to sit up here and tell some, and so what if Slav? What if my boy is sitting up here bringing
I'll tell him the
$60,000?
same thing.
You'll tell him the same
tell him the
thing.
same thing.
But you know what? He ain't gonna give a damn about what you think because that's your opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
for sure.
the thing is, though, but what I notice about a lot about the young generation is they want their opinion to stick on everything. And a lot of times that opinion don't stick on everything because for what you just said, I gave you a real life example of somebody who believes that their business is doing good because they're still surviving. They not struggling.
Yeah.
In his eyes, you might look at him and say, Slav, you struggling. He might look at it and say, nah, we
man.
good.
Nah, bro.
But I'm
I
just
don't-
saying, he
yeah,
good,
nah,
man. He good, bro.
Yeah,
Hey.
nah. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that. But
60,000 in your first year is amazing.
Come on, man.
Definitely
Come
amazing.
on.
And like you said, everybody ain't got that a million, that 500,000. First of all, here goes a question I ask anybody: how much are you making at your job? The problem with that picture is most people will come from making $40,000 at a job and expect to go to $1 million. Come on now. If that million is in your alignment, then you will get it. But I'd rather you work your own company for $40,000 and $50,000 a year because you're building something for you and your family and your legacy, than go to a job and work for them for $40,000 and $50,000 a year.
So we had this conversation on one of our episodes. Like eventually, you got to choose.
Yeah, you're already choosing. You just changing the narrative.
No, but I'm saying like if somebody's saying, okay, I make more at my job than what I do on my side business or whatever, eventually at some point, what you
My wife and I are independent. I just started back getting, well, I'm still independent, but you know what my wife's journey was? It wasn't about money, it was about freedom. She didn't care how much money she made. She got tired of somebody telling her when she can work, what time she had to work.
For sure.
Then our child
it is,
was
bro.
young. So guess what? He was getting kicked out of daycare. He was getting kicked out of school. So now we got to go get him out of school. Guess what? You missed too many days, they fire you. So we got tired of those type of activities. So us opening a business had nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
As long as it helped us pay our bills, we was cool because we had freedom.
Yeah, but so also the one thing I was gonna say when y'all talked about the 60,000, what you got to take, you taking 20%
She
for
didn't
tax.
even make 60,000 that year.
Yeah, but I'm saying so if $60,000 is the business like actual revenue, 20% of that is going to taxes. Then you also got
Maybe.
then you
Hey,
well, okay.
how
You better with the
people-
LLC. Try to get people to the people that got an LLC. 20% of that is going into taxes. Then you also got business expenses. Then you also got whatever other expenses that come after that. So you actually, when people look at what you actually making, which is called owner's compensation.
Okay.
A lot of people with that $60,000 a year job barely make a minimum wage.
People with the job got taxes, got
Yeah, I get
401k,
that. I get
got
that.
health insurance,
I get
got
that.
this,
Right.
They
yeah,
make
but that's what I'm
68
saying. That's what I'm saying. You're basically working another job.
But you working for yourself.
Man, listen,
And the thing
listen.
is, you got to understand, there are some people, and I agree with no because I've seen it so much, man. I see, bruh. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna keep it real for my people out there because y'all know I network with artists. You know how many artists that I sit up here and I see and I say to myself, some of y'all might not make it out of here, but they love what the fuck they do.
Hey, say not agree with us. Because right now, if content pay all his bills,
Come on.
just enough so he can keep grinding for the potential to make more, he'll cut that job. Matter of fact, he just quit his job not too long ago.
I'm about to say, y'all trying to say that to me like I ain't been out there. I've been out there. When you say the younger generation, I 100% agree.
No, because it's
I
true.
100%
That
agree.
age bracket is different. That's all it is.
100% agree. The younger generation, that is their mindset. They want
Yeah.
to quick. They don't want to progress. You know, I'm all about progression and doing the work. I am saying I'm taking out my emotions. Like you just said, your passion might not make you rich or whatever. People doing what they love, but at a certain point, when y'all was talking about motherfucking Basement Bob doing what he loved for 10 years and not making a dime and still staying in his mama's base, eventually something you have to do is going to have to make you money and enough money to support you so you can keep loving what you
That's
do.
because
That's all I'm
Basement
saying.
Bob wasn't in love with what he was doing.
Yeah, man, but he said he loved what he do. He been doing it for 10 years.
That don't mean you love it because you've been doing it 10 years.
We straight up roasted Basement Bob. What I'm saying is, if you got a job and your side business is your dream, you can't be okay with doing the same thing that you would do at your job for less. I gave y'all the numbers, the 20%, the business expenses, all this other stuff that come associated with the business.
Hey.
Man, you know, restaurants, the profit margins is low. There's people who are absolutely struggling and they're trying to keep their business open.
I'll take less money to run my business than I'll take more money to run theirs.
Okay, and that's cool. I agree. But then don't say $50,000, $60,000 is okay, because it's not.
But it's okay for somebody.
It is.
That's what we're trying to
It's
say.
okay for
we're
me.
not. Yeah, it's okay
Give it
for
to
him.
me.
Give it to him. We're not saying that that's
No.
the standard.
Okay,
We're
okay.
saying that it's actually
Okay.
in the
And-
real
and-
world.
and I
It's
agree-
okay to somebody.
I agree with you
That's
on that.
all we saying.
But
And I ain't gotta make that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, we ain't-
like that.
we-
Then.
yeah, we
But
ain't
I'm
saying
gonna
that has to-
I'm gonna turn that 60 to, man, that
But
60
that-
gonna flip it.
That's the point I'm making,
But
though.
it's something-
And if you-
but that's
I'm
why I
saying,
said-
if you want to make more than
Okay.
that, then that mean that the number that you was making wasn't okay.
But that's
That's
why
not
you.
what that means.
But listen, but that's why I use Slav as an example.
Okay.
Because Slav works where I work, and he still has a business. That's why I had to use a real life example.
Jeff, look at me in my eye.
So now,
Look
what's
me in
up?
my eye.
What's up?
No other job. 60,000 off my own arm. I don't need no second job. That 60,000 is enough.
But for Slav, maybe it's a side
You got
hustle for
kids,
him.
family,
Maybe he
yeah,
using
I
it
get
to
you.
support
I get
something
you.
else. So that's
I'm
why
not-
I say 60,000 can be a good cap for somebody because they know how to balance that 60 with the 80 that they already make.
I got 60 and I'm free.
So
versus that 100 and I'm trapped down.
There you go.
I gotta get. And you don't realize that 60 might be just a little effort. I might be working 3-4 hours a day.
Because we don't know how
Yeah.
much time he actually puts in. He got a team. He got people that work for him. So when you say it, when I say it's his business, it's his business.
Ask him if
but
he wanna
he
make
just-
more.
Oh,
Okay, all right then.
Everybody
okay,
wanna make more.
let me
That's
tell you
what I'm
something.
saying.
But,
So
that,
when you-
but,
but-
but what you're doing is
because when I hear y'all say that,
but what you doing is, but what you doing is, you telling me if I go ahead, that's why that question,
He a
it's a
young
loaded
buck.
gun, yo.
He
It's a
a
loaded
young
gun.
buck. He a
Because
young buck.
if you were to ask anybody right now, everybody is going to tell you they want to make more money, bro.
Okay.
But I'm trying to tell you, if I ask Slav, he want to make more money, he probably say, yeah, it's cool. But you know what, Jeff? I'm cool with what I'm doing because I love what I'm doing.
Jeff, I'm broke right now.
That's what Slav will tell you.
I'm broke right
So,
now. And I love what I do.
And I hear you. So the thing is, just because Slav makes $80,000 a year and he got another 60 to supplement it, in his eyes, that's okay.
Nigga, that's 140.
That's
rich.
140. He knows the man came from Slovakia to America. That 140,000 that he bringing in now is way more. And he said it that what he was doing.
Alright.
in
Just give me
Slovakia.
his address.
So my man, he cool.
So I think this
He cool.
darn near a salary versus hourly argument. But anyway, so
It's not.
I think we done, man. We over the time. So what? So what are we? What was the conclusion we came to without? Now y'all, we didn't veer it off. We didn't talk about it.
Two things can be.
We didn't judge.
Read some in the comments, man. Let's on the people in there.
Let's read some of the comments. I got to go all the way up. We got to start
And
off.
shout out to everybody in the comments. It got a little deep, so we couldn't get to y'all today. But we finna shout some of y'all out right now and read some of the comments. And Sayla is young as hell. Never mind his age. Jeff is mixed. He's not fully black. He might look black on stage. That nigga mixed.
It's this right here.
His last name Rellifer.
That came from the white man.
Yes,
That
it
came from the
did.
white
Yes,
man.
it did. He's gonna be on the dollar bill soon. You know, I'm your neighborhood hero, baby. Call
hey
me
man,
Spider-Man.
this ain't fair. He done roasted both of us.
I know he had. And gave
Call
himself.
myself the
Call him-
neighborhood hero.
Yeah, you gotta be half white. I gotta be the young guy.
I'm for that.
And man, he's something else. But go ahead, man.
This is very biased
Let's talk
right
some people
now.
out real quick so we can wrap this
Okay,
up.
Ron
You got some
said-
unfiltered advice coming.
Ron said they say it on the application for government purposes. It's actually so they can throw your black A application in the garbage. All right, my Ron go wild.
We love Ron.
And
Talk your talk, Ron.
And Ron said Daquan with the eyes.
Come on.
Hold on, let me say. Nah,
We got some names in there we ain't seen before.
I'm coming,
Where
I'm
all the new
coming, I'm
people
coming.
at?
Let me see. Daniel said we know thing. Hold on. I can't make it out. She used that talk to speech sometimes. We know things like happens. Let's talk about how black people, how we can come to these things. But
Yeah, read it out loud if you reading it.
I'm trying to make it make sense.
Okay, before you say it.
Before I say it, what would not be as advanced than the world without some white?
That's true.
Okay, I'm with that.
A lot of white people get out in the cold and build
That's true.
stuff.
That's true. Let me see. Hold on. Brains more content. She says everybody want to be a big dog. Now nobody want to just be okay or even better than okay.
She talking about Sailor ass.
What she say?
Hey, she said everybody want to be big dog. Now nobody want to just be okay or be better than. And that's true. And I'm telling you, man, because when you are in the stages of growth like this, that's why I agree with that so hard because your better is coming. But the thing is, for some of y'all, it just might come quicker. For some people, it might not come as quick.
Some of y'all better may not come.
And it may
because
not
y'all
come.
not happy with what you got. You got to be happy with what you got first before God start filling your cup back up. So you have to learn how to master your minimum.
Yeah.
Before he can max you out. So if you don't learn how to master your minimum, you probably ain't never gonna master your maximum because you focusing on it too much and you irritated. And God ain't denying you, he delaying you. And the reason why he delaying you is because you upset.
Yeah, but
There we go.
man, we gotta wrap this show up. I don't want to keep
All
you
right.
buttering. We gotta
Megan
wrap this
says
show up.
I love seeing black men talking their ish. Shout out to wifey in the building.
Shout out.
Shout out to
She don't watch all the time, but she watch. Stephanie God's child, 3 brothers, no filter speaking. And yeah. Danielle says my daughter is a college graduate and she was making more money working for me. That's a whole different conversation.
Fact.
But all right, everybody.
Sailor.
We got to end this stream. We're going to be coming with unfiltered advice next. Y'all stay tapped in. We are
3 brothers, no filter. Let the truth hit hard. Real talk, no cuts. Yeah, we came with scars. Life, manhood, mindset. Put it all on wax. No faking the room.